Hi guys, so it's been a few weeks since we posted anything, and so we wanted to give a quick update video.
We looked through all of the footage from the past couple of weeks and realized we really just weren't talking at all, and I couldn't really just put out a video without any explanations. So we figured we'll give you a nice walkthrough and catch you guys up on what we've been doing the past couple of weeks.
So, one of the most notable changes that we made to the van is putting 3 holes in the roof. We got 2 for our Maxx air fans front and back, and then 1 in the middle for the AC unit we got. And we also cut out this whole like archway thing from like when it used to be a shuttle bus. I think it made it open it up way more. Something else that I think is really cool is we swapped out the old school bus hatch for this marine see-through one. So it's going to be a great skylight so we can look at the stars wherever we go.
Alright, so we just started like pushing up on the emergency exit hatch, and it's literally just held on by like all of the tacks. So we're going to rip the rest of this off real quick. I'm challenging myself a lot with heights. And every time he walks onto this van, it shakes. And I feel like I'm gonna fall in the hole. And now I have to lean over just a little bit to get the AC unit off the rails. I saw like the whole side shatter. Like hard dropped into the yes.
So as soon as it got out the ground, good job.
Woo! Yeah. So if you guys haven't noticed yet, we have a ton of wire. About 250 feet of wire to be exact. We used 12 gauge wire for about everything in the van. We did upsize to a 1 gauge wire for the AC unit. So right here in the cabinetry that we'll have running along all the way down this side of the van is going to be our command center. That's where all of our switches for the lights, the outside lights, water pump, and everything like that will be. So we also ran wires so that way we'll have fans in the bedroom right above the bed. Louis made this really awesome charging station for, we're going to put like all of our camera batteries and our rechargeable batteries. Our cell phones sit here, and then laptops and iPad.
So one of the upcoming projects I'm most excited to do is Pierce Catio. It's something I haven't seen done before, and we're just taking advantage of this awesome space that we have on our van. didn't realize how awesome this window was until I cut this open. Before, there was actually part roof of the van coming all the way to here. But once we got that out of there and opened it up, I was honestly jealous of Pierre for having this window. Some stuff we did here is when we run the electric, we brought something up here so we can have a camera, so we can have awesome shots of Pierre looking at cool landscapes. And also a fan, because I imagine it's going to get really hot up here when he's hiding from all the dogs and madness in the van. So we're going to have about this much space up to the ceiling being storage, and from here down is going to be the partition wall and sliding door.
So we went with 1x4s for the walls and 1x2 furring strips for the ceiling. That way we could do the strapping all the way along the van, and we'll have somewhere to put the shiplap into. We also took the 1x4 furring strips and made our windows, and we plan to do the same thing with the back windows, but we're waiting on our window shipment to get here so we know exactly where the window is. So on each one of the boards, we are pre-drilling a hole, so that way each one of the self-capping screws has a hole to sink into, and that way it's flush when we go to hang up the boards for the wall. Another thing that we did was we cut the floor out so we can put the shower pan right here, and I went ahead and used the spray foam that I had left over from filling our rails to fill the corrugated metal floor that originally is the floor of the van. So I took cans of spray foam and I spray foamed inside of the rails that the original chairs were hooked into, so that way when we put our cork flooring down, we won't have spots where the pergo will like sag into the divots. I also have to grab another can of spray foam to just fix the holes that didn't work with the second kind of spray foam I used. It didn't want to cure in all of the spots, so we'll just have to do a quick touch up.
So we built these boxes that go around our wheel wells. We're basically just going to be filling them with spray foam when we insulate the rest of the van. We're going to do this because it's going to be great sound deadening for when we're driving down the road. We won't hear everything just bouncing off the inside of our wheel wells. And also it's just added insulation, because who doesn't need that? And like, underrated reason for buying a van that was already used for something, you get to skip putting a subfloor down. We got this awesome 3/4 inch plywood everywhere, and all we had to do was deal with these rails. And honestly, not that bad. When we were working on our house, we used cork underlayment for underneath our tile floors everywhere. So we have a roll of it left. And it just so happens to be just everything we need to lay in here, so we figured why not use it. It's going to be a great underlayment. It adds more insulation, more sound deadening, and it's going to be a great base for our life-proof pergo. Because we're living life to the fullest, we gotta get the life proof. It's waterproof, we got dogs, a cat. That's living life. In a van. That's why they call it van life.